Thank you very much. I too want to thank all of you that have participated, whether it was just today or the past 2 days, either here or at home. Believe me, it means an awful lot to get your input and your thoughts around this very important topics that we addressed over the past couple days. I want to thank the University of Cincinnati, the COPS office and their staff for their hard work in support of us on the task force. Once again, I want to point out our assigned interpreters who have been working very hard over there for 2 days straight, rotating turns and keeping the deaf and hard of hearing community informed as well. So with that, I'm going to turn it over for final thoughts to the different task force members. Let's start with Dr. Alexander.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would just like to close by saying that I think today was an incredibly awesome day, considering all the testimonies that we heard, and yesterday as well, too. But I am very positive and hopeful, and I truly believe, very sincerely, that a lot of good is going to come out of everything that we hear here from Americans across this great country. Thank you.
Also thought today was very informative, and feel like I'm definitely leaving this space with a lot more questions that I had coming in, precisely around the body camera program. And I appreciate all the comments made by the different panels around how we need to be sure that we have detailed policy in place that's sensitive to communities, so that this program doesn't have unintended consequences. And so I want to thank everyone who stood around and thank all the folks who tuned in, and hope to hear more from folks about this subject, either through written testimony or online.
I am also just hoping to express my thanks for everyone who shared thoughts today in person and virtually. I think that today was an important conversation about the critical nature of evolution, and that our society and that our work continues to meet that, and that as we do so, we prioritize the protection of our citizens and upholding those constitutional obligations that we all hold as we do. And so I'm hopeful, given today's testimony and thoughtful recommendations, that we will do just that as we proceed. So please keep engaging, keep tweeting, keep sending us your thoughts.
Thank you, Chief Ramsey, and thank you for chairing us and leading us. And I just want to thank Cincinnati and everybody who made this possible. The only plug I'd like to do is on behalf of Chief Beck from Los Angeles Police Department. He just touched on an amazing program that is the answer to the mission of this body. The mission of this body is to tell the President of the United States how communities can get closer and more cooperative with their police departments. And it may not have been clear, but Chief Beck put on the line a program that truly works. And I hope that this body can highlight the Community Safety Partnership Police, and there are about 4 other programs that need to be lifted up because they are the answer. There are low-income communities that have been brought close to the police when a year earlier they were at war. And I think it's extremely hopeful, extremely promising, and that's the answer for the President.
Sean?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would just echo your accolades for both the COPS staff and our wonderful interpreters over here, who I've enjoyed watching struggle all day. And I share the hope expressed by my fellow task force members. I think we have a tremendous task in front of us and a very short timeline to do it. And certainly appreciate the thoughtful and thorough testimony that we received yesterday and today. And look forward to reading the comments that people who have been watching us online submit. And look forward to working with the task force when we meet again. I wish all of you a safe trip home.
Thank you.
And not to be repetitive, but thank you all for coming. But yesterday was discussion on use of force and policy around that. Today, a lot of it was body camera and technology. And all of that seems to gear around accountability, and I understand that. But I think one of the most telling parts for me today was this last section on public comment. And to start off with the speaker that we had at the beginning, and to talk about the importance and the promise of the use of technology to help bridge the gaps and to bring police departments closer with all segments of the community. And I guarantee you, as soon as I get home to Tucson, I'm looking for VRIs and to implement them out in the field, because I think that's just something that unfortunately is not on the mainstream of thought of a lot of agencies. And that's the benefit of panels such as this, is that we can look in a grand scope of all the different aspects of how we need to interact with our communities and to work with them. And I thank you so much for bringing that forward and to talk about those issues, because that's the core of this. We're policing for the 21st century, and we're just at the start of this century. Things are going to get much more complex, much more technical, and we need to get in front of it. So thank you all.
Well, thank you very much. And with that, the President's Task Force on 21st Century Policing is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.